Hello? Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom. How are you guys doing? Yeah, you're here. So, not good news this morning. Um, the transplant team met this morning, and Dr. Sugam was with them and are on the phone with them, and they decided that it was time for the LVAD. And I said, when? And she said, this hospital visit. So, this hospital visit. Yeah, so basically, I gotta give her the okay, and they're gonna start looking for a bed for me over at St.Pauls, and they're gonna transfer me. So, I wasn't expecting it either, so, although I don't know how to expect something like that, but you can come if you want, Mom. Yeah, yeah, I know. It's really scary. It's really scary. Okay. Oh, I know. It's just very scary, Dad. So, okay. I love you guys. Okay. I know. Okay. Bye. It's the quickest phone call ever. I know they're probably real upset, so I need some time to take it in. So once I have some more details, then they'll come. Yeah, okay.
Tell us about your what surgery they're doing. What are they doing to you tomorrow?
So tomorrow I'm getting what's called a left ventricular assist device, and it's essentially a pump. This is the pump here that they put on the bottom of my left ventricle to help, basically to take over the function of the left ventricle by moving the blood around my body. So this is what it looks like here. It's pretty small. Um, there's a tube that attaches up to the aorta. Here's a picture of it here. You see the picture here. So this kind of fits in the bottom. They put it in sort of like coring an apple. That sounds terrible, but that's kind of what happens. And then they attach it up to the aorta here, and it pumps the blood for you. And then this cable here is called the drive line, and it connects to an external battery source. So what you see here, this is the computer and the battery source. So there's a drive line here, and this is connected. I've asked for it to be connected on this side because it's just what feels more comfortable for me. And this will come out here and attach to the controller. And this is a computer that controls everything. And on the controller, in this case here, we've got 2 batteries. And each battery will be connected in a backup fashion to the controller here. So it has to be worn all the time, 24/7. And once one battery goes down, it switches over to the other battery, and then you switch out this battery for another one. So yeah, this is all together. This is the LVAD. Looking forward to getting some energy back and being able to do more things and just get out and be active again while I wait for my new heart. So this is gonna help keep me strong and help make me stronger. But yeah, it's pretty amazing, this little thing here. This is it. It's gonna keep me alive.
How are you feeling emotionally about having a little motor inside your heart?
Well, at first it was kind of a little hard to wrap your brain around, as I'm sure you can imagine, thinking about, well, first there was a transplant. Just thinking about the whole idea of getting a heart transplant is pretty crazy. Hard to wrap your brain around. Somebody's gonna take your heart out and put a new one in. This one at first it was, a little hard to just adjust to, but then when you realize it's, it's gonna keep you alive, there's no other choice than to be okay with it, because I'd rather be here. And it's gonna help me get stronger and help me get ready. So it's a bridging mechanism, so it's only temporary. So in that respect, I think I'm okay. It's a little nervous about the whole surgery and the idea, opening you up and placing something foreign inside you. But I have the ICD, the defibrillator, so I'm kind of over the idea of something foreign being in my body. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to just kind of getting on with it and getting it over, and getting strong again and moving ahead. So, but I'm nervous.
My sunshine.
See it tomorrow.
We'll see you on the other side.
Close the doors after the time over here, so. There's two levels of doors to get through.
So they'll both take you in. What do you think?
Feeling surprisingly relaxed. Probably because of the adrenaline. But here, I'm okay. A little nervous. Also excited in a weird kind of way. So, feeling good for the next step. Can't wait.
Think of something really nice or something really nice to be just before they induce you, like just before you start feeling like you had a few beers or something like that. And you think of something really, really nice. Sometimes you will dream of really nice things.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the trick.
nobody's ever told me that before.
No,
Now you know.
Okay, you guys, we'll take really
Steven, thank you very much.
Yeah. You like that one?
Yeah, great. Now that's a movie.
That one's stuck in your head. Brad Pitt.
Yeah. We'll go to the left and we'll just sort of like around.
Take care, you guys. Not in the.
Here I am 8 days post VAD implant, and it's been quite a hell of a journey, actually, the past 8 days, to tell you the truth. After I woke up out of surgery, I think it was that night, I was in so much pain, couldn't even bear it. So the poor nurse trying to figure out how to help me, and he ended up giving me all kinds of narcotics and whatever else, which ended up, for those of you who've ever had to take any, it's causing more problems than solving any. But anyways, here I am, and had an interesting anecdote today from one of the clinical nurses. She does a lot of work with like patient relations and just doing a lot of coordination type of work. She brought a family member who was in town on a conference, just to show her around the ward and stuff, and asked if she could introduce me to her sister-in-law. So just chatting with her and showing her VAD, or Vlad the Impaler, a trusty case here. And she said that she was describing my case to her sister-in-law, that had I not had the implant, I wouldn't have lived. And I was like, really? Because I don't believe that. I don't know about that. But she said, well, the team usually doesn't implant VADs and people they expect to live longer than 6 months. So it was a bit weird to hear somebody actually verbalize that and put it into words. Because I don't ever think of myself that way. It never seems like there's an end. It's just that it's gonna keep going. So that was really strange. But latest news now is the sample that is when they implant the VAD, they take kind of a core sample out of your heart to a left ventricle to put the pump inside, and they sent that core to pathology, and they're suspecting now that it was a virus that caused all the damage to my heart, but don't have the official report yet. But we'll see. They've been bouncing that theory around for a while, so it doesn't really matter. It wouldn't have made any difference on my treatment anyway, or on the outcome, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Just that I make it through to the other side, that's all.
Alrighty. Everybody's good. Alright, bye.
God, that was so crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a flash, but it kicked. I felt it kick from here.
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah.
Because your eyes just went bling, like, call a nurse. So, of course, there's no nurses in the hallway at that particular time, nor was there any standing around the desk.
You guys kind of scramble over each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute. They're like, "What were you doing?" I'm like, "Taking my medication."
She's eating that damn salad.
Take your temperature. I was just thinking how you were febrile. That's shocking for everyone.
Yeah. That was a show and a
36.9, so good. Is that on camera?
You're gonna be a star, girl.
Me too, here you go. Well, you're in a hospital, so
It's
got all the
Yeah,
care
that's-
that you need.
You get rid of, do all that kind of shit while we're here, while
That's
you're
right.
here, okay?
See what I can do.
Yeah.
Put in that order now.
Get all that out of your system.
Rack is right.
Will what start right away?
The recording right now.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so this is going to be on the recording.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not on the camera right now. So go ahead and go back and restart.
Oh my god. Football player named Moose and his dream. Moose is a linebacker. Linebackers are the players that block all the players on the other team, so that the person with the football has a clear path to the end zone. Oh my god. Oh.
Oh my god.
You gotta fucking stop that.
Okay. No, remember that there's a zone at the end there, okay? Hi. Okay. I just got a call from my nurse Jen, and she said that they want to bring me in as a backup to somebody else, and that means this might be a dry run, but it might not be. Holy crap. Okay, so I gotta call Nick, and I'm going to put him on speaker. Hey babe, it's me. You're on speakerphone because. Oh, okay. No. I have you on speakerphone because. I'm recording this, but I just got a call from Jen, and they want to bring me in as a backup to somebody. So for a heart, so I'm just throwing my batteries and stuff in a bag. She said they don't have an extra charger. And I'm on my way. I'm actually gonna do Harbor Air because it's the same flight as
Helijet.
Yeah.
But I know Harbor Air, so I'm just gonna go to them.
Okay, what time do you flight at?
You're the first one I'm calling, so I'm gonna call them right now and just say I'm coming. Book me whatever on the next flight. I'm on my way. So.
Yeah, okay, Dave, what I'll do is I'll just meet you at Harbor Air then.
Okay.
Okay, so just let me know when your flight is, and I'll see you there. I'm leaving right now.
Okay. I'm gonna grab a cab and be on my way. Okay.
Okay, Dave, we'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Jean.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah.
Nothing but positive thoughts.
Absolutely.
Right, guys?
All right, let's roll. How you feeling?
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I feel like the coach just took me off the bench and put me in the game.
This
Guys,
for code?
waiting in
Oh, yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Thank you.
St.Pauls Hospital, please.
My heart's going a million miles a minute.
What's going through your head, Jilly?
Freaking out.
Freaking out.
Nervous, really. More than anything, I'm nervous. My stomach is just going like this. I told the pilot, I'm like, drive safely, you know, and fly well. He's like, how you doing? I'm like, go crazy. It's like, why? I'm like, because I'm getting a heart transplant today. He's like, oh, okay. So the fella's like,
Let me go get my white coat. I have one. I just don't wear it.
it's all starchy from the bag.
Yeah, that's it.
So tell me how this all works.
I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work out for you. So there is a heart offer. So in Canada and BC, everywhere, most people, we prioritize these hearts to the patients of greatest needs first. So it's nothing personal against you or for you.
Despite how you feel.
Despite how I feel about you. But, and so we have sort of these status listings. So the highest status gets priority to the heart, assuming there's no reason why they shouldn't get the heart type antibodies, for instance. And so patients who are highly sensitized, they have a lot of antibodies, where finding a suitable organ for them may be challenging, we prioritize those patients. We prioritize those patients usually. And so then time on the wait list doesn't play that big of a role. You know, if you had a VAD, some other dude had a VAD, and we both were waiting different lengths of time, then the patient who's waiting longer usually gets priority.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're in a situation now where there's a higher status than you is being evaluated for the transplant. There are some issues we're trying to see if he's right now ready for the transplant or not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're trying to decide. If this individual is being not ready for the transplant and the heart is available to manage, then we have to use it for somebody else. We don't want to waste a nice organ.
I'm okay with that.
Yes. So you're the backup. You're my backup.
That you got. I'm always the backup. Okay.
So that's where we stand right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we know, it's a beautiful heart. It'll work well for you or for the other individual. So we're comfortable with that.
Okay.
But it'll take us about an hour or two before we figure out whether this individual is ready for the transplant or not.
Mm-hmm.
If the answer is yes, then we'll go ahead with them. If not, then we'll go with you.
Okay.
And if it's not you, it's nothing personal.
You look at the face. Oh, okay, doc.
I've been waiting a long time. Yeah. It's all meant to be whatever way it ends up being.
Not this has any influence on it. You know it's our anniversary, right?
No.
Today?
Our 8th anniversary.
Jeez.
And it's my birthday on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Next week? Like
No,
this week?
Saturday.
This Saturday. The
So,
um,
the 11th.
11th, yeah.
I think it's Saturday, right?
Good. Anything I can help you with?
Holy shit, Nikki. No, let's do it.
So what usually happens is they're going to take you down to the operating room. At the same time, they're going to be looking at the heart up there. So at any time, they can say, if the surgeon who's looking at the heart there thinks it's not going to be a good match for any reason, then they'll call it off at that
Is
point.
the donor in the hospital?
No, we never know where the donor comes from.
Okay.
Yeah. So when Dr. Ling is getting you ready for surgery, another physician is looking at the heart at the other site. So it's very rare because we usually have all that information in advance. But I do like to let people know that we want to make sure we give you the best heart. We don't want to give you a crappy heart. So that is the only other stumbling block we have to go through.
Okay.
Yeah. But like Dr. Thomas says,
Is it from
we don't know.
You don't even know that.
No, we're not privileged to any of that information. All they can tell us is it looks good and it's a good match for you. We don't know any other details. We don't know boy, girl, what the cause was, because we have to keep all that private and confidential.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now it looks like it's a good match. I understand the operating time is maybe around 9 o'clock, but they probably will take you down a little bit earlier because Dr. Ling will want to start getting you all ready because this is going to take a little longer to get out than putting the new heart in.
But
Okay.
he won't start any of that
Until he's getting
until
tons of information.
he knows.
Yeah.
He's not gonna unplug me and be like, oh shit.
No. Whoops. No.
Oops,
No,
daisy.
they have all that worked out
Okay.
beforehand.
Okay.
But they do start getting everything ready. Surgery itself can be anywhere between 2 and 4 hours. Dr. Ling's a fantastic surgeon. You're in great hands. It's going to be harder you're going to get the easy job because you're going to be sleeping. Husband's going to have the harder time pacing the walls till everything's done. Dr. Ling will come out of the operating room and let you know how everything went. And then you'll be asleep for a little while. You'll wake up.
Probably for a day.
It all depends on how well you wake up from the anesthetics.
Usually they pull the tube out and I'm done.
Yeah.
And I'm awake.
Yeah. So
So-
they probably will have you off the breathing machine hopefully within a day. Even less than that, depending on if you wake up really quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you're downstairs for a couple of days and then come upstairs and then get you ready to go home. Okay? Alrighty. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
Wow. All right. Let's do it.
Okay.
It's an honor, sir.
How are you? Oh, don't
I'm
say that.
nervous.
You don't know me, it's not an honor.
I'm sure it is. What you wanna
I just
check?
wanna
You wanna
see.
check out the equipment?
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like. No.
What am I dealing with here?
Yeah. That's enough. I don't have to see too much. We'll maintain some modesty. No, okay, so that you're happy and you have one little cut here.
One down
You're going to have a bigger one tonight.
Make it straight, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm gonna have a couple
I'm
of
just teasing.
scotches now and then I'll keep it straight there. So where are you gonna be after all this?
Pacing the hallways.
Well, I'm hoping it goes nicely because she's young. It's tough, hard to kill young people.
He's trying to be 20 years, Jillian. It hasn't worked, so.
That's where it's going to be.
They say about midnight. So.
Nervous. I'm nervous.
You'll be great, Jilly.
See you at my colleague Carolyn. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna be here for just a little bit. We'll take really good care of her. Yeah, I'm gonna grab it right now. No, what's the name is here. Oh.
Now, look at you now. This is good. Smile. There you go. That's what we like to see from you. So how do you feel like? I want to say it again. How do you feel? She feels like hell. But you are doing really well, okay? How can we make you feel better? Me? Oh, wow. That's going to make you feel worse. I'm sorry. All right. 7 days after a transplant, you look really good, okay? It wasn't going to be a walk in the park. Nobody said it was going to be a walk in the park. I've been coming every day, you know. That's how I spent Thanksgiving, seeing you, hanging out with you. It's fun. Yeah. You missed out on the turkey, too. No birthday cake, no turkey. All these things you got to catch up to now. Get some rest, okay? Good.
You did well with that piece on everyone.
Using your hands for balance, but not pushing too much. You're mostly using your legs, okay? So you have to come your hands there, and you need to come really close to me, okay? You let me know when you're ready. I'll put my knees in front of your feet so they don't slide, okay? You're all ready? Okay, so you come forward, lean. Okay, that was good. Let's try that again. Okay, so yeah, you really didn't use your arms much, so that's good. So try it again, come forward, and up, and then, good. I won't move until I make sure you don't sit down again. All right, I'll bring the water in here. Brakes are on. Now, are you dizzy?
Bad.
Not bad. Just let me know if that happens, because we're gonna stop and let you rest, okay? Hands are not gonna fall down, good. That's very good. You got that? Okay. Now I'm stuck with you up here. How are you feeling? Okay. We'll head through here. Oh, look. Why don't you come in and get in the video?
Feeling shaky.
What's that?
Feeling a bit shaky.
All right. Do you need to stop?
No.
Okay. Well. Let me know. Remember, we have to get back. So, why don't we move to like kind of that opening there and then turn around? Does that sound fair?
I don't know whether I want to compare the same as kangaroo.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, maybe. Thank you.
All right. That's good.
Okay, you go.
Don't turn around.
How does it feel, Jilly? Crazy? What are you feeling? What does it feel like to walk?
I'm excited.
Follow Cam's advice?
Yep. Walk to go home.
What do your legs feel like?
A little shaky.
Yeah, shaky?
Behaving?
I'm behaving. I'm walking too. See?
Wow, nice. You know how to walk.
She's walking.
Great.
Are you ready for her?
Yep.
Say bye.
Bye.
It's like the big one today. What's that?
You survived it?
Best time ever. Good times.
Good times. You met Mark?
I'm Mark. Nice to meet you.
How long out are you?
18 months. Yeah. I'm having very acute rejection right now.
Are you?
We'll see.
You'll be alright.
Yeah.
You will.
They've got a really good team here, so.
You'll be alright. You'll be alright.
I'm glad to see your recovery is going well.
Coming.
When you were here last time, it was really good because you were in the bed and Dr. Tom asked you to walk. And he did the same thing with me. And you were exactly where I was a year and a half ago, where you were like, I can't walk. And he's like, you did it before. And then you got up and walked in there. And I was like, oh, I've seen that before. It's just amazing. Well, I know your story because I was here with Janet when she was recovering and stuff. So I basically talked to her and then I asked about you around almost every day because I knew you had gone in before her. It's nice. It's so amazing when you see people standing there after, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Mark Robert Wilson. I was born in 1970, August 26th. I lived a really good life. I've traveled the world. I've had a lot of fun and stuff. And all my life I've had muscular dystrophy, which caused me to get congenital heart failure. It's like 1 in 100,000 patients with muscular dystrophy end up with cardiomyopathy. And I basically had cardiomyopathy. My heart got larger in 2007 as I was walking to a new day of work. I collapsed and hit the pavement, ended up with heart pauses and got a pacemaker, ICD put in. So that was in 2007. And then somewhere along the line, my ejection fraction dropped to 15%, and I was in full heart failure by August, my birthday, August 26th, 2012. I waited and was assessed for 7 months. And at the end of my assessment, 2 days before my transplant, I'd given up and said, either I wake up or I get a transplant. And 5 hours later, 8:30 in the morning, I got a call from Dr. Varani at St.Pauls Hospital saying that my assessment meeting had taken place 2 days early because they had a heart for, and had I not got my transplant, I would not be here today. It's a fact that my ejection fraction is somewhere around 5 or less percent, and something happened and I got my heart 2 days early. I was never listed. I was actually negative 2 days on the list. And now it's 20 months later almost. And I just found out just over a month ago that I have acute rejection. It's an antibody rejection. And so I had a biopsy today And if it goes a 1R or a 0R, I will be ecstatic and life will go on and it'll be amazing. If not, I have to get a complete blood transfusion, blood plasma. Sorry. Blood plasma exchange, which is where they take all my blood plasma out of my blood and then exchange it with brand new plasma from donors, blood donors. And if that option doesn't work, there's 3 more medical options. And anyway, so everything hinges on the test I had today, which is my biopsy. And I've now been in rejection for about 2 months now. That's my story in the shortest form possible. Yeah. And so that's me. Mark Wilson, man.
So what type of symptoms were you having that you knew that you were in rejection? How did you know?
Every single symptom there is. 2 weeks before I ended up going to the hospital, I was saying things to friends like, if I end up in the hospital, it's my heart. I think I'm rejected. And then it came to a head one night, I think it's October 8th. I basically was lying in bed and could not breathe. Sorry. And I hadn't felt that since my heart failure. So the next morning, I made the call and they said, get to the hospital immediately. And I've been in treatment and trying to get out of rejection since. But yeah, the symptoms were water retention, hard difficulty breathing, difficulty standing, dizziness, basically every symptom you could have except for fever and cough. And I even started coughing in the end, but I never had a fever. But I was in rejection for at least a month before I made the call, but which just goes to prove you feel any different ever when you have, after I'm going to try and call your team, because if you feel like you're rejecting, you're probably rejecting. And that was what happened. Yeah. And luckily, even though I've been going through a lot of bad stuff myself, I've been focusing on all these other people while in the hospital and doing what I've set out to do and that was a thing too, when I woke up from my transplant, another thing besides being happy to be alive is I just wanted to help people. And that's all I want to do now. So we'll see what happens.
Hi. Good to meet you. Sorry, did I keep you waiting long?
No, we actually just got here. Us to St. Jen's coming. Yeah.
You want to come see? Yeah, that's awesome. Do you ever get to play? Like, have you seen? Okay, cool. How you doing with stairs?
Down, okay.
Okay, I'll take the elevator. That's fine. Good, that was a perfect answer. Thank you. So I'm going to attempt to reassemble what we have of your heart here, bearing in mind that a huge amount of your heart went to making a final diagnosis.
Okay.
So we don't have all of it here because I wanted to actually give you an answer. So I took a lot of it to do that.
Wow, pretty sick, Kate.
Yeah. So, normal heart. Typically is about the size of any given person's closed fist, is normal size for their heart. The surface of it should be sort of fatty and relatively smooth. And in cross-section, Should have some variation on a light brown appearance, and the chamber should be sort of normally sized, the walls normally sized, etc., etc. So, obviously the most striking thing about yours was the VAD on first appearance. I don't know if you probably had a chance to play with one of these with Jen before it went in, so you've seen that before. As far as we could tell, there was nothing wrong with it, which is consistent with the fact that you were doing great. Everything was fine with the outflow. So the heart itself, so this is just the heart with the VAD removed, and like I said, a piece missing. So one of these slices was entirely put through for review under the microscope. And obviously the discoloration on the surface is one of the most striking features. That's all prior blood, almost exclusively from prior surgeries. There is a chance that some of that is secondary to the disease itself, but there's no way we'll ever know for certain. A lot of it is just, when you put in anything of that magnitude, it's going to cause a lot of bleeding. Likewise on the back, actually some of this, I think it's this spot, actually was associated with a scar underneath it, and probably is from the disease itself. When you actually look at it, and it's actually easiest to look at this section, if you compare to that piece, so this chamber is too big. This chamber's not really appreciably enlarged, but is a little bit larger. And it is not uniformly brown. By all means, if you'd like, you can put on gloves and handle it. I'm not going to force that on anyone, but a lot of people do enjoy that.
I think I will.
You can also have yourself holding it if you want with a picture. A lot of people enjoy that. All the little bits. And you're welcome to come around this side if you'd like.
Oh my god, my poor little ticker. How many times in your life do you get to do this? Hold your own heart in the palm of your hand.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of fatty tissue up here.
And actually, that's normal, believe it or not. That's
Really?
actually one of the things people are most surprised about. I should probably start mentioning that to people up front. It is completely normal to have fat on your heart. And the way I always explain that to people, it is literally sitting up against your rib cage and beating, 60 to 100 times a minute normally, and frequently much faster for patients who are ear holding their hearts. It's slamming up against your rib cage constantly. The fat's there to prevent it from taking damage.
I'm all shaky from the tack.
Oh.
I wasn't sure how much of that was cold, how much was nerves, and how much was drugs.
Maybe a little of everything.
Yeah.
But this is what I call my tack time. I'm always shaky between like 1 and.
As long as you think you're okay, everything's fine.
There's a bucket. There's a sink right there.
Yeah. And don't worry, you wouldn't be anywhere close to the first.
I am so grateful that Jillian invited me here. It feels like closure. It's been a long journey for her, and
I was actually impressed how much you improved in such a short period.
And I'm so glad that she made it here. And today has brought some closure to it all. And there have been so many special moments along the way, and difficult moments. I care for Jillian as a patient, but I also care for her as a person. And it's been a real pleasure to be a part of her journey.
You're a part of my life now.
Good.
I'm gonna call you and just bug you.
Yeah, you better send me photos. Photos if you do
not gross things.
Not bad sites.
Forgot this is the new version. You need to initial each page.
Yeah.
Come on in, come on in.
Brought you something.
Oh yeah.
Make you feel better.
Thank you.
Chocolates.
It's
And for His Royal Highness, carrot cake with walnuts.
Thank you. I'll be rationing that as I will be rationing strictly. Thank you. I'm definitely gonna have a piece of. Oh no, I won't have chocolate right now
because I know someone else.
Hi, Mark.
Welcome
Good to
back.
See you again.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I was expecting thank you.
The promise offering.
The famous. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, Gene makes these cookies at Dragon Boat Racing and practices, and they're like this. It's like you're starving, you're tired, you take a bite of this thing, and you just feel the energy and everything come back into your system.
Must feel relaxed after or something.
Oh, I know. I wasn't there long enough for that though.
Thank you.
How you going, mate? That's what they'd say. How you going, mate?
Yeah, how you
Well,
going?
as good as you can. I had a 0 rejection. I thought everything was over. I started getting pre-transplanting. Couldn't breathe, could barely walk. Fatigue that's beyond just fatigue. And then I called in, she's like, come in, and they did a BNP blood test. Came back as 900, which basically means you're in severe heart failure. Then they did my biopsy, and it's only a 1R.
Yeah.
Well, they're treating it as though it's a 3R with 1,000 milligrams of prednisone in
Nice.
for 3 days.
Everybody's favorite drug.
Yeah. And then my echo came back with 60. It was perfect heart function.
You said he makes messages.
Yeah.
I've got 2 extremes of the messages.
Yeah.
And then they've got this plasmapheresis thing that I think is I think is what's going to fix it.
So
But they're
you haven't
deciding,
done that yet,
now
right?
they're deciding if they can do it.
Yeah.
Because the people that need to decide that are the kidney people. But otherwise, it's the same thing. And it's so funny because I had, when you were away, I had hundreds of people, even thousands singing Don't Stop Believing before my 0 rejection came back. And people went nuts, and then it came as a 0, and you thought, hey.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too.
Then I had a couple weeks that were pretty good. But then I started to feel like, hey, I'm not recovering anymore. I'm sick again or something.
How long has it been since the transplant now?
January 29, 2013 is my date.
It'll be 2 years in January then.
It's coming up on my annual test and everything.
Yeah.
Those have all been canceled or delayed.
Yeah.
Now I'm just looking for other results for
Yeah.
other stuff. And then okay, you've lost some weight too since the first biopsy I'm up to 2.
I think it's the
Puffiness has gone,
puffiness.
they're taking off your prednisone.
I'm on 10 milligrams now.
Oh yeah, it's totally the prednisone. You're not as,
I don't have as much cheese.
You don't have as many nuts in your cheeks. It's good to see you. Thank you. See you soon.
You bet. Actually, I'll come by. I have rehab on Tuesday, so I'll come visit you on Tuesday.
Cool. Oh, he'll be here Tuesday, that's for sure. See you then.
All right, take it easy.
Thanks for
See
everything.
you.
Yeah,
Nice to
you
meet
too.
you. Take care.
I'm sure we'll see you in
See you, Nick and Jillianne. Thank you.
All right. You need anything, let me know, okay?
That's
Thank you.
All right, man. See you soon.
That's her.
I'll try not to be such a princess.
Oh, yeah.
cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. I had to switch took the flow. Show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always be real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams. Do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me. But I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these vices they throwing me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow on me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. This isn't a robbery, hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, I ain't with the games, bitch, you with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
We're at the University of Alberta Hospital, Mazankowski Heart Institute, on Boxing Day 2017. I had a heart attack. I've been having angina pain for almost a year, but I've been able to control it with nitro, and I thought I had been diagnosed with coronary vasospasm. And innocuous, but highly unusual in a transplant patient. So I presented here at the hospital with pain that I couldn't control with nitro. Discovered that I had indeed had a heart attack. My angiogram revealed a lot of disease in my coronary arteries. Disease that's unique to transplant patients, that is sometimes reversible, but in me has gone way beyond the point of no return. So the doctors were able to put in some stents and open up some of the arteries, one of the arteries, and they're hoping to go back in on Tuesday to do some more. Really with the idea of providing me some additional pain relief and hoping to buy me a little bit of time, because I have to have another heart transplant. So a little over 3 years, October, November, December, 3 years and 2 months. I'm finally where I am rejecting my heart. And I need a new one. If I'm going to live.
How you feeling?
Devastated? Beyond devastated. Yes, so my worst nightmare come true. I think every transplant patient dreads this. I just thought that I would have more time. I always thought that I'd probably have to have another transplant, but not now, not this soon. Not after I've just barely put my feet on the ground after the last one. My chest up into my jaw.
Yeah.
And into my shoulders.
Okay.
And it moved down my left arm into my hand.
Okay. And nothing really fixed it.
No, I couldn't get it to go away with nitro spray.
Okay. So once they started you on the drip, your pain went away?
Yes.
Okay. Have they tried to titrate it down?
No, they just stripped me on this drip yesterday.
Okay. All set? 1, 2, 3. That's
I've only had them for 3 weeks on this car.
Our ground ones are going. We don't have them yet, but pretty much everyone on ground there is done.
Maybe one.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, you guys, for coming around.
So, January 22nd.
January 22nd. So after 2 weeks at the Mazankowski Heart Institute, being flown medevac to St.Pauls, a week in C intensive care, and now on the ward for a week. They just told me they have a heart for me. So I have to wait basically another 12 hours. But this is it. I have to say goodbye to this heart and welcome another one. So it's bittersweet.
Second heart coming.
There's a second heart coming.
So, 4 days post-transplant. How you feeling, Jilly?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
What's going through your head?
How impossible it seems that I could be given such an incredible gift twice.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's been a hell of a month, hasn't it?
Yeah. I just been. Let's not do that again.
Let's not.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we'll be able to go to Cody's memorial.
I'm gonna go.
We'll go. There's no kid that fought harder to live in that one.
So like I've never met him, but every picture he had the biggest smile.
Oh, he was always like that. Yeah.
But that, you know,
He lit up a room.
yeah. You look at little kids that struggle with health issues right from birth, and that's all they know. So you're generally happy. We think, how can you be so happy? But if that's all you know,
You're normal.
like that little Andrew, he's always, you know, a big grin on his face too.
Cody was first couple of years.
He was good.
And then,
Yeah.
well, for the first couple of years, he had surgeries and stuff, and everything was good till he was 13.
Yeah.
And then that's when everything fell apart.
Yeah, that was bad. That 3-year saga.
I'm here till.
Yeah. Don't get too wild until like at least next weekend.
At least next weekend?
At least next week.
Every week?
Every week and then.
Okay. Then I'll come and have you check it out.
Next big biopsy.
See you on Wednesday. Stop in.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
See you. Bye.
Good job.
Sounds good. Okay, great. Thank you. Can't believe how strong I am.
Yeah, you feeling good?
Yeah. Did a little dizzy and woozy and stuff from the meds today, but
You're welcome, yeah. Take care.
Thank you.
that's right. Thank you.
Have a good day. Oh, mommy. Oh, mommy, mommy. Oh, mommy.
I think I'm trying to find my purpose, 'cause I feel upside down. There's a face in the mirror I think I know. I guess I'm starting to see some things that I never thought I would. There ain't no looking away, you're who you are. Alright, starlight, say what you will, say what you want. I won't grow up, I will come around. Say what you feel, say anything. I'ma hold on till I can't let go. I wanna see a familiar face and a friend to take my hand. Sometimes a little bit lost gets a little bit found. You can lose yourself and your faith will come washing up on shore. And I've been here before, I think I've told you. Alright, starlight, say what you will, say what you want. I won't grow up, I will come around. Say what you feel, say anything. I'ma hold on till I can't let go. Be my fire, take my hand. You wanna stay in the promised land where all the things you want to feel you are. Chase that morning, close your eyes. You wanna wake up where there's no goodbyes, and all your numbered days return to one. So I'll just stop and say what you will, 'cause I say what you want. I won't grow up, your heart is full of nothing at all, and your body runs. You forgot what for. Your eyes reflect light from a fire that is gone, and your feet are the only things that drag you along. When you're low on love, it's too hot from it. When the words they said were the stones and sticks, bird in a cage, 100 miles underground. When the rubble is falling, you'll be singing aloud, don't you feel?
I want to dive into the personal story. You both have received 2 transplants, heart transplants, which is simply incredible to say. And Jillian, tell us about what you were diagnosed with at the age of 28.
At the age of 28, I was diagnosed with heart failure of unknown cause. It's suspected that a virus attacked my heart. And immediately I went into heart failure and lived with heart failure for 10 years before I had my first heart transplant. And I was on artificial heart pump at that time as well. And so it's been a crazy ride. And then I had that heart for 3 years, a little over 3 years. And I went into chronic rejection. And I'm 3 months out now from my second heart transplant.
3 months out from heart number 2, and if you can give us a glimpse of what the struggle was like, the potential wait to get the heart that would be the right fit, and then the reality after having the surgery, just saying it's such a short time since the second heart, and you look like things are normal.
Yeah, well, looks can be a bit deceiving. I'm shaking on the inside right now, mostly from the medications. But I waited 13 months for my first heart, and the second one I was in hospital and I only waited 2 weeks. So it's really hard to say, you know, exactly how long you're gonna wait, but it's difficult no matter what, because you're really you don't really have a future to think about, and so yeah, that's really kind of where you sit.
Your lungs are still breathing in air and out, and your feet